Good morning and thanks for getting up with us as you kick off your weekend. I'm Art Edwards. We'll get to your headlines in just a moment, but first we're looking at a weather impact alert day. So we're going to check in now with Daisy Caballero for our first look at the Saturday forecast.
Hey, good morning, Art. How you doing?
Doing fine.
Okay, you ready for this weather impact alert day?
Oh yeah.
All right, so hey, we are of course starting off the day dry with a beautiful, beautiful look through our Wells Fargo Skycam. Things are going to be changing a little bit. We are going to start to welcome in some heavy rain and also some thunderstorms. We'll talk a little bit more about all of this in my full forecast, but currently right now, 61 degrees. Those winds are light. Quick look at your current temperatures here. 60 degrees also in Forest Grove, a little bit cooler into the mid 50s for Tigard, 57 for West Lynn, 55 for Happy Valley, and looking down south just a bit, 61 degrees right now in Salem. So what is going to be changing? Why are we still dry now and going to be wet a little bit later into the afternoon and into the evening? Well, this low pressure system will slowly but surely move south north, or from south to north, excuse me, up the I-5 corridor, and this is what's going to be bringing us, again, the heavy downpour, also potential for some pretty active thunderstorms, and also a flash flood warning. Again, we'll talk more about all of this in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Daisy. This morning, there are ongoing questions around Multnomah County's plan to allow some drug users to choose treatment over jail once possession becomes a crime in just over 2 weeks. We looked into a draft plan just released for the county's deflection center. One major takeaway: security. 2 guards will be at the site 24/7, costing the county $740,000 for the first 10 months. More security will patrol the block and call 911 if they see an emergency. But some of the neighborhoods say they want to see even more done to ensure their safety. Here's the lawyer for a preschool nearby.
We are prepared to file a lawsuit to get a court order blocking the opening on September 1 if the county intends to do that and doesn't make really significant changes.
Security is priority number one. Safety is of the utmost importance. What the community should know is that Multnomah County is planning on launching its plan as long as everything is ready and that all the questions are answered.
The county board is set to review the plan next week. You can read much more about it, where it stands, on KGW.com. Well, take a look at what happened on I-84 in the Gorge late Friday morning. A semi carrying corn smashed into a guardrail west of Multnomah Falls. The crash shut down westbound traffic out of Cascade Locks for hours. We understand the driver was injured, though it is not clear how seriously. After more than 40 years, the founder and CEO of a North Portland nonprofit is stepping down from the top job. Tony Hobson has helped transform the lives of thousands of black youth over the decades. But as you told our David Molko, there's still more to be done.
You know, legacy is a strong word.
Yet what Tony Hobson Sr. and his team have created has likely already impacted generations.
Our first camp was in 1981. We didn't get in here until like 97.
SEI, short for Self Enhancement Inc., began on a North Portland basketball court a week-long summer camp that in 1988 turned into a year-round program.
And teachers and counselors and administrators have identified those students as having a lot of potential but lacking in some areas. And because they're lacking in some of those areas, they run the risk of falling into negative peer pressure.
And from its roots in the drug and gang-fueled violence that hit the black community particularly hard, Hobson's nonprofit grew over the next 4 decades, meeting thousands of at-risk youth at school, at home, and in the community.
There's been a lot of victories that we've had, from the charter school that we ran for about 10 years to the change that we helped create at Jefferson High School, moving it from a 54% graduation rate to well over a 93%.
In 2022, KGW's Brenda Braxton met SEI alumni who told her the nonprofit, which helps with housing, healthcare, and addiction, plus mentorship and more, transformed their lives forever.
I feel like with my past, it's mandatory that the same community that I kind of helped tear down, I have to help build it back up.
Man, you just got people who just understand you and that take you underneath their wing. You know what I mean? And it's just a beautiful thing.
Take care.
And while Hobson is now handing over leadership,
I want to take some time with my grandchildren and my family who sacrificed a lot over the past 40 years for me.
he insists he'll stay involved in Albina and beyond because there's so much more work to be done.
I have this thing that I always talk about, making a difference versus making the difference. And the difference to me means that graduation rates change, college going change, health care for low-income people change, housing for low-income people changes. That's the work to be done in the future.
Hobson recently turned 70 years old. He told us he has been trying to retire for the past decade. His successor as CEO is Trent Aldridge, who's been with SEI for 20 years. Hobson says he is someone who respects the past while also having a vision for the future. This fall, the Battleground School District will have a school resource officer at Prairie High School. The Clark County Sheriff's Office says it is resuming the SRO program, which places deputies on campus. It was suspended during the pandemic because of budget and staffing issues. The district is now covering 80% of the deputy's salary.
Probably the biggest part of that program is building relationship with the kids. If later on in life or if further down the road they have contact with police officers, they have a good relationship or they have a good experience.
The Sheriff's Office hopes to expand the program beyond one officer in one school in the years to come. Staying in Clark County right now, the Washington Fish and Wildlife officials are warning about multiple potential cougar sightings last weekend. These were on the west side of Vancouver near Fruit Valley. Officials say they searched the area, but they didn't find the animal. Experts say that if you do see a cougar, do not run. They say instead, make yourself look as big as possible and slowly back away. Well, if you were downtown last night, you may have heard them. The crowds inside Providence Park roared with excitement. The Foo Fighters took to the stage, marking a return to concerts at the stadium for the first time in nearly 20 years. Alma McCarty caught up with fans in the middle of the action.
The wait is over. Concerts have returned to Providence Park, with the Foo Fighters the first to headline.
I've always wanted to see the Foo Fighters.
I mean, I think they're one of the greatest rock bands that, is happening right now and that we've had in a very long time.
Huge Dave Grohl fan, massive talent. It's been a long time. I should have seen him a long time ago.
Foo Fighters, I actually like a little bit better than Nirvana. I know that's going to be controversial to some people, but I don't care.
Guy was one of the 30,000 fans lining up and heading inside.
It's just one of those things. You can't see every show in the world, so here I am.
And music lovers hope bringing back open-air concerts in a storied spot that seats some 10,000 more than Moda will, in turn, bring more acts to town.
It's just nostalgic. It's been here forever, and it's an outdoor venue.
Gretchen and Chris remember shows here more than 2 decades back.
My dad worked here many years ago, and he took me to my first concert, Beach Boys and New Shoes.
Anxious to come back. I saw Bob Dylan and Tom Petty here, and I'm not sure if it was the last one, but I remember, the good times that were rolling here.
Both outside and in, the good times were rolling. With some, like Anne, already planning a return visit.
We've been out to the Edgefield, we've been out to the Grand Lodge. We go to a lot of different concerts, but to have one that's like this, of this size, right in downtown is really great.
Now, this won't be the last Providence Park concert this year. In September, Green Day will headline a show featuring the Smashing Pumpkins, Rancid, and the Linda Lindas.